Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there and out of the Geekdom, and welcome to another. Oh my god, I knew I'd do it. I just knew I would do it. To another. I'm gonna say our little geekdom. You see, Kez always says it because I always forget it. See, this brain's holding too little information at the moment. It should be locked in there, but it's not. So it's a bit weird.
Well,
but
after
anyway,
28 episodes, you'd think it would be locked in, but hey.
You'd think, right? But no, 28 episodes on, and I'm still forgetting the name. I still want to call it the Geek Inspired Podcast, even though it isn't. But anyway, we'd like to welcome two of our friends, two people we've known for quite a while, actually. Well, Grant, we've known for a very long time since. When was it? Rage, or was it the first Comic Con? I can't remember. It was one of the Rages, wasn't it?
Oh no.
Since COVID.
Before then, actually.
Before pre-COVID.
Like
when we were still in South Africa. Yeah, when we were still living in South Africa.
It was before we moved, so it's about 2 years.
I think it was the Nagland, actually. I think we ran into you at the Nagland for the first time. Actually, but anyway, we're gonna. This is getting ahead of ourselves here. Anyway, I'd like to welcome old Grant Hines, who's above me, but I'm pretty sure he's not above me in the picture that you guys are looking at. No, welcome, Grant.
He is actually. I think.
I don't know.
He is. He's above you. He is above you.
Okay, well, funny enough, he's actually above me.
Is Grant.
Oh, who knows? Anyway, so welcome, Grant. Firstly,
thank you.
And secondly, Ambel, his lady love, welcome.
Hi.
I can honestly say I personally don't know much about you, since Kez is the one who actually does more of the following on that side. Oh, what's that sound? Oh, sorry, my earphones. No, it was me. So I'm generally not watching anyone. I normally just like play games and ignore the world. So, so I don't actually watch other streams very often. I think I've lost Kez's voice. Have I lost your voice? Yes. So Grant and Ambel, obviously, it's the other couple that we wanted to have on last time, but they couldn't make it through to our stream, which is not our video, which is not a bad thing because now we can sit with them today. We can chat to them about, gaming.
Babe?
I was about to say game from your face.
I knew that was going to happen. That's why I did that.
No, you go first. Hi everyone, I'm Ambel Barnard. I am a gaming content creator in South Africa and also a Twitch affiliate and streamer as of a year ago. That's pretty much it in a neat little bundle. That's all I can say. I play games for video. I play video games for a living. And,
you play games for video?
I play games for video as well because I do playthroughs. So, yeah. And a little bit of gaming news, and occasionally people come through and watch me play it live. That's it.
And for those of you who don't know Grant, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm also a gaming content creator in South Africa. And I've been doing it for like 12 years, and I kind of do it through the line, as they say. So, bit of TV, bit of radio, bit of print, bit of Twitch, bit of YouTube, bit of digital media, all that stuff. So, I've been here a minute.
Been here a good minute.
I'm just thinking about it, actually.
Check the bags under his eyes, guys. He's got bags under his eyes.
These are
That's for me. That's for me.
Pre-fatherhood bags.
Yeah, already got the bags, dude. Come on.
I wish the bags were full of cash, though. That'd be nice.
Just like pop those bags and make them all tight again. Yeah. I'm obviously yanking your chain. Anyway, so Kez has also got the questions though, so you can jump in whenever you want to, my angel.
Put me on the spot there.
No. You normally know the questions better than I do.
Is there any challenges that you guys have when it comes to creating content? Because I know that you guys don't usually stream together, but when you guys do things together, is there any challenges that you have or any conflicts, any bad things, or is it a good relationship? Because obviously we all know there are some couples out there that can't do the content creation thing together because of clashing and things like that.
I think we vibe together pretty well. There are some games that I refuse to play with Grant, and I've told him this because we do have very different play styles. I'm a bit of like a completionist and a loot goblin, and Grant likes to just like finish the campaign. So there are some games where I'm like, I will not play with you on stream because you'll drive me insane. But for the most part, like when we've done co-streams or we've streamed at the same time, then we don't really affect each other. But like obviously the co-streams, like when we did It Takes Two and things like that, like it's quite cute, and you know, I like streaming with you.
Yeah, I like streaming with you as well.
Yeah.
I think you know, a lot of people think that because we both make content that there's some kind of inherent competition between the two of us, and that's not true. I suppose we're a team, and like one success is the other person's success, which is really cool. And I've always liked to see it like that in any aspect, not just like a career aspect. I don't feel emasculated if Ambel pulls in double my viewership all the time, and that's fine. Like, I mean, she's doing amazingly, and I'm really proud of her.
Goes into the same bank account.
It's essentially, yeah. So, and we've got the same child to look after.
The same groceries.
Yeah. Does it really matter that much?
Yeah.
It's the whole
Yeah.
thing.
So it's yeah. I see. Yeah. I actually. I see why people would have problems in a couple like this, but it would usually be an ego thing. I don't think it would be anything else other than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be silly if you were upset at your partner's success or
Yeah.
so
You
on.
might need a therapy then.
Yeah, you might need some family therapy at that point.
Yeah.
I'd say that relationship may have a little bit of a problem if that was the case. You know, you're supposed to be a team for a reason. I mean, look, Kez and I have always been like that. We've been the since I met her actually. We've always been the funny enough, the couple that our friends looked at and said, you know, we want our relationship to be like that. They don't see the fights that we have afterwards though, or like the fights that we have outside of that, because you know every couple is going to have their fights. It's how you actually deal with the fight that makes a big deal and makes the biggest difference.
And what
have
you
the
fight
argument.
about as well is also
Yes,
important.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if it's silly things, then you know that does happen. Unfortunately, sometimes you're just having a bad day, and I just have the "fuck you, I had a bad day" kind of thing going in my head. Only because that's the kind of person I am. But Kez is she's always managed to cope with my temper that I used to have. Since moving to Scotland, it dissipated for some odd reason. I don't know why, but I don't have a temper here.
It's actually really weird. He's so much calmer.
It's the weather.
Yeah.
It's just cooler. It's keeping your overall body temperature down, so everything's like less. You're not popping
That
off
wouldn't
yet.
surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But yeah, it's like it's really funny. You know, I used to get very angry in traffic. Now it's just like I sit in traffic. It's like, yeah, it'll be done in a few seconds. It's fine. I just carry on driving. And I don't get angry. She's actually worse than I am now.
No,
She will-
it's not super angry. It's just when people don't pay attention or there's something, they give you like a funny look. I just go, what? It's
Bullshit.
I'm not that bad.
She will. Someone will park funny down the where we live. We've got like a street that we have to park on. And someone will park funny. And she'll like, yeah, you park funny. And the person will be standing at the car. She'll be like, yo, why do you park so bad? They're like, Jesus Christ, Angel, no. You know, I don't really want to actually get into a fight with a Scottish person today. Please don't.
But the windows are closed, so they can't ever hear me, so it's fine.
Yeah, they can see her glaring at them though. But yes, no, we're actually funny enough, the relationship has never actually been a problem though. Not between the two of us. We've always had this. If we have a fight, we get over it, and you know we've stuck with the old adage, "Don't go to bed angry." It actually really does work, and it's so true. And we've stuck to that, and we stick to it.
And it's
Every
something
day.
cliche, but I think you guys agree as well. There's that saying that teamwork makes dream work, and it's good to celebrate, like you were saying, Grant. It's good to celebrate the other person's success because it's success for all of you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
helping each other, like there's, especially now with the pregnancy, like literally before this podcast as well, I had to set up to film something and I couldn't think of anything worse, and then Grant will just kind of do the lighting and set everything up so I can just sit down, film, and then like go lie down, you know. He's not like, it's not my project or my work thing, you know.
Yo, that'd be weird if I was. Yo, it'd be weird. Red flag.
I'd say it's a big red
Sounds
flag.
like a you problem.
Yeah, that's like the bare minimum.
Yeah, there's certain things that Kez and I will delegate certain tasks to.
Yeah.
For example, I clean the cat shit up. I clean
but
their boxes.
that's normal stuff. That's not content stuff. That's everyday life.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
everyday life. But I mean, everyday life also, it may not fit into the content creation. It may not come into our content creation, but it actually proves a good relationship if you can do it in your everyday life as well as content creation. Like for example, with Kez and her PC issues. If she has a PC issue, she knows she can fix it, but sometimes she has an issue that she can't. I'm always happy to fix it. I don't mind digging around inside her computer and trying to get it sorted out. So I agree with you. If it's something wrong with her stuff, I'll help her fix it. If it's something that she needs set up, I'll help her set it up. If she can't do it, like these massive ass things behind here, she can't close them. She does not know how to close them. So I'm the one who has to sit there and twist and pull shit down.
It's because they twist weird. It's easy to open them because they just like pop up, but to try and get them closed is another story.
I mean, minuscule issues. That's like, those are like the tiniest little problem. It's nothing serious, But yeah, no, we get where you guys come from. Especially, it's nice to see that there are couples out there that will actually, go out of their way to help each other and not try to actually make the relationship a competition, but rather make it a unifying force. This is what it's supposed to be. In essence.
I find it funny that Grant is the campaign person and you, Ambel, are the trophy hunter completionist. I thought it would have been the other way around, but that's maybe just because that's the way we are, where I just go to the campaign and try and finish it, and Ziv tries to get all the loot and all the trophies and get everything.
She hates playing survival games with me.
I'm ADD. I have to finish. I can't wait.
Yeah, he needs an objective. So like I fluff around and find out games where you just do what you want, whereas Grant's like, oh my gosh, I need an objective, like tell me what to do. I can't just walk around
or something.
Yeah, I need to go to that point on the map, and then if that point on the map exists, no other point.
It's almost like you get decision fatigue.
Yeah, I do. No, but I do get decision fatigue, and I also feel like some games like to pad it out and like waste your time. So like you do all a series of missions and they were just boring, just so that you could like level up some stat points. And I don't like.
Assassin's Creed comes to mind.
Yeah, I want to get to the end. I want to have the best parts of the story, which are usually the main quests, and in the shortest period of time. And I don't mind playing harder because I don't have the right like stats for that. So I don't mind like making it challenging. Challenging is never like a deterrent for me. And it's just that to me is more fun, and I just want to get straight through to it. Also, I don't know. I've played so many games at this point that like when I was, I kept on telling Ambel, it's like when you're in high school, you can play like an RPG and play like hundreds of hours of an RPG, or when you're studying or something. But as soon as like I did it as a job, and I needed to play as many games as possible and play a ton of a variety of different games. I was just like, you know what? I want to make dinner, so let me just finish as much of this in the shortest period of time that I can and just enjoy it. And otherwise, I'll just get bored.
Makes sense.
If you want to ruin Grant's day, open up a game where he has to do like a character creation.
It's like, throw me in the game already. Like, why must I build a character? I usually click randomize. Randomize. I don't care who I get. I just want to be a character in this world.
Oh, you would hate playing with me. It's my ADD spans a different direction. I get distracted.
He goes the full, I need to do this and I need to do this, and then I
get distracted.
Go here and look at these things, and wait, there's another thing over there, and then I'm sitting there like, but there's a main quest. You need to just go and do that thing.
I think you've got ADD and I've got ADHD.
He's got both. So.
Yeah, I'm really broken, dude. I've got dyslexia, ADD, ADHD, and I've got stigmatisms in my eyes, and I can't read fast, and we were playing Elder Scrolls yesterday. And now we both opened the same book. Now, this game's got a really crappy mechanic where if two of you are reading the same book and you're on the same team, if one of you closes it, it closes for both of you. Now
And
I
you
read
can't
really,
reopen it.
yeah, and I read really fucking slowly. So she starts reading. She's like finished reading already, and I'm like, oh wow, this is getting intriguing. And then poof, it's closed. I'm like, hey.
I didn't know you could do that though, so it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, so she took the book away from me, and I couldn't read it anymore. She was being very selfish with that book.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, it's the thing is I don't let that get in my head. But the whole thing with the whole you would hate playing with me because you're the focused ADD person. You got to get to the end. You know, that's the I can't. My brain just goes, I've got to do this, 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 and I will literally go in every other direction while the rest of the party's gone ahead. I'm like, what a pretty flower. And I'll sit and stare at the flower for an hour.
What are we doing?
And I'll just sit and stare at the flower for like an hour going, this is a nice flower. So yeah, no. It's you and Kez would probably work well as gaming together because the two of you have got the same mindset where it's like, you know, beginning to end. Whereas I'm more of a I want to build a nice pretty house and I want to build the fences and I want to make sure that I've got guns ready for any attack that might come, and it's never gonna come, but you never know, you know. So you just do it in case. That's the kind of person I am. Preparedness, it's important.
And it sounds like the kind of person Ambel is as well.
It does. It sounds like what Ambel would do. So, over and above that, what games do you like to play together?
We've played a bit of Gears together. We did It Takes Two. Back when it didn't give me motion sickness, I played Overwatch with you. I liked Overwatch. Except you're very bossy. You're very bossy. Overwatch. I'm just like, I'm having fun. And Grant's like, guys, we need to focus. I need to heal. We're not pushing
Focus on
point. And everyone's like, ooh, okay, ooh, serious, Grant. It's like we're in a tournament.
It sounds like one of the guild leaders that we had. No, we know what guild leaders like. We had a guild leader like that who used to play World versus World and Guild Wars. Yo, he was one of those kinds of people.
It
where
was
he would
no
like,
fun. It was just serious.
I was like, okay, guys, shut up and focus up. Come, what are you doing? No, I need you there, and there. I was like, wow, I didn't know this game was so much work. I don't want to work. I want to play.
Yeah.
I also like playing like actual board games with you though. Like I really like it when we have Scrabble nights or like Monopoly deal nights or like that to me is quite cute.
And you're still friends after playing Monopoly?
Well,
Really?
depends. I always win though. That's okay. Grant wins at Scrabble and I win at Monopoly deal.
Yes, how's
Oh,
that
that face.
Really? Really? Do you?
Monopoly Deal. Have you guys played Monopoly Deal?
No,
No.
we don't. We play games like Dune and like Twilight Imperium and what's the other one called? Eldritch Horror. Those kinds of board games.
I see.
I haven't played Monopoly in like years actually.
No.
It's been a very long time. So what is Monopoly Deals?
Monopoly Deal is like a card game version of Monopoly, and it ends in 15 minutes. So it's
There's a Monopoly that actually ends?
Yeah, exactly. And
Great
it's
to finish. Actually, you can finish in less than 15 if you're smart enough.
yeah. So you can play between the two of you, but it's so much fun with like 4-5 people.
Yeah.
And you basically draw and you start putting down property, and some cards are money and some cards are literal property that needs to be traded. And the rules are very simple. You can learn how to play in like 5-10 minutes. So it's a great party game. So everybody sits down and you can just go like, hey, we're going to play some Monopoly Deal. Here's a demo round for like 5 minutes, and then everybody's in on it. Then everybody's like fully equipped to be the best, Monopoly Deal player, which is great.
Nice. It sounds interesting.
No, it's definitely it's one of our favorite card games actually at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're like I said, I haven't played Monopoly in years. We've got
party games because we've got like exploding kittens and we've got
those
crabs
kinds of games.
and things like that. So we've got the fun, easy, quick card games as well, which are really random but a lot of fun as well.
Yeah.
Got the Friends the Trivial Pursuit as well. Got that for Kez because she really likes Friends and she
I've always
knows
won
it.
at that.
She actually does. She knows friends better than than my brother, my sister-in-law, and myself. Because the four of us played together, and she was whipping our asses. So
Well, it's easy when you grew up on the show and you watch it again and again and again, and you kind of just remember all the scenes and the parts. And they ask not really difficult questions, but if you've watched it enough, you'll actually be able to get all the little wedges to win.
Yeah, unlike myself, who's not very good at that. Although she gets angry with me when I do like history questions because she's not good with those. I remember we had that one Trivial Pursuit that we did actually play where they asked a whole fraction of World War II questions and you could not answer a single one.
That's me with sport questions. Like I always tell my
Yeah.
partner ahead of time, I'm like, if there's a sport question, just skip it. Like even if you think it's easy, I promise you I'm not gonna get it. Like just...
I'm about the same. I know how you feel. You, Grant, are you the sporty person? Do you know the sports?
Not at all. It's like, we'll just skip that. Like if we went to a pub quiz and there was a sports section,
Skip.
yeah. Unless it's like basic stuff.
Yeah, like who won the '95 Rugby World Cup? That's the only thing that I could probably answer.
We did, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
South Africa won. And then South Africa also won the recent World Cup as well. I know because
Yes.
we landed, the day we landed was when the match had been played. And they were like, oh, did you hear? South Africa won. We're like, oh, okay.
Let us in now, please.
That was actually the customs dude. He came through. He's like, oh, you're from South Africa. So how do you feel about your team winning? It's like, I was on the flight, dude. I had no idea.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for letting us know. Yeah. Scoreboard.
No. Anyways.
Anyway, then they're like, yeah, why have you brought your whole, like, all your PlayStation and all your games? It's like, well, we're moving here. We need to stream.
Oh yeah, because they made us unpack like most of our stuff, and it was just
so much.
PlayStation games and laptops and headphones and microphones and all of that, along with like that much clothes.
Yeah, because we were going to buy all the clothes, yeah. Because unfortunately, South African clothes do not work in this country. When it gets cold, it gets cold. So we have to go shopping for new clothes, new
Like
everything,
when
basically.
stuff that you wear in winter in South Africa is stuff that you wear in summer here.
Basically. Although we do wear t-shirts, you know, because it does
Yeah.
actually get hot. It got to 30 degrees the one day, so it does get hot. But I
Grant
mean,
should know because he stayed in the UK.
yeah, you should know. Not in,
Yeah, well,
you
but
stay
I mean,
in Scotland,
there's a
though.
3-week window where that goes down.
Yeah, the 3-week window in Scotland is like 1.5 weeks.
Everybody's like in the park in bikinis, and you're like, that's your one day. It's no beaches, just like in the park with bikinis. Like everyone's going, I'm gonna suntan now because this is my window of opportunity.
I mean, you can go to Brighton though, but I
Yeah,
mean,
there's Brighton Beach where my uncle lived before he moved recently, and there was one really, really hot day. It was like 28 or 29 degrees or something like that. So
Really
it was quite hot for here. And he went to Brighton Beach and he took a photo, and it was like going to Durban and just seeing all the people. That's how
Yeah.
busy it was there.
Yeah, like Christmas in Durban, everyone's on holiday. Like now it's just like it's 28 degrees. It's a holiday, guys. Let's go.
well, yeah, dude. If the temperature goes up here and the sun comes out, oh, you know what? We tend to close our eyes off to our window because people walk around shirtless, and some are rather large. They're like as fat as me, and I don't walk around with with my shirt off.
It's an opportunity
I'm like,
to get tanned. That's why. It's you only have one opportunity. Like it's not going to happen for the rest of the year. Like that's it. Everyone's like,
dude, I don't get
forget
tan
about
anyway. Even in South Africa, I used to sit inside when it was hot. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm inside. I'll play my games. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm a pasty white dude. Look at me. I'm so pasty. I'm still darker than most of the people here, though, which is weird. So, anyway, so, Angel, question from your side.
Does anyone want to ask me if I played video games before I met Grant? Because I seem to get that question in every single interview.
I thought about
didn't
asking
think about
it, but
that.
I didn't.
I'm so glad
I
you
didn't know. But I'm assuming the answer is maybe
Obviously.
yes.
thanks for not asking it.
Yeah.
I didn't think to. I personally
No.
didn't think to ask it. Wow, that's a silly question. I would assume that she did.
No, I used to answer politely, but now I'm just like, no, women don't have any hobbies or interests. We only get them once we're in a relationship, and then someone shows us. I didn't know how to hold a controller before.
Yeah, how to switch on a TV. Never knew.
Never knew.
What is this
How do you
remote
do
thing?
The control remote. What does it do?
What is this thing? Okay, well, this is not a TV remote, but you get the idea.
What is this thing? I thought it was a mouse.
No, when we went to, okay, funny enough, Kez and I studied at the same college. And she studied, what did you study? You studied like
I studied
basic.
intro to programming, and they had to do like basic PC stuff as well. And the guy said he drew a picture of the mouse and wrote an L and an R on the left button and the right button on the screen.
It's literally introduction
and they
to
actually
computers.
started looking for the L and the R on the mouses. And then he's like, he mentioned something about RAM, and one of the students was like, "You mean the thing that is in the fields?" Like, no.
Like a male sheep.
No, we've granted she did that side, so she was doing like she had to do the introduction to computers, which is really funny, before she could do programming.
It was really weird.
I found it so weird because I went into the opposite direction. I went into the engineering side of things. So I went PC engineering and network specialist. So I basically trained on how to build full networks for entire companies and things like that. That was my field. And obviously fixing computer components, which is the most arduous, boring thing ever. Honestly, if you guys have ever actually seen what a technician does when he fixes a graphics card, not when he replaces a graphics card, when you literally sit there and solder. Oh my god, it is so freaking boring.
I have a question. It's not did you play games before you met Grant, but what were you doing before you decided to do full-time content creation and go on the content creation side, or were you always doing content creation? It's just that your field changed.
No,
Your
I didn't
career
I didn't even have Twitter before I met Grant. I was very oblivious to the whole content creation world. Actually, when we started dating, and in his profile said he was a YouTuber, I just thought that meant that he like vlogged. You know, like he did vlogs, and I was like, "Cool, this has been really interesting now with lockdown, like vlogging the inside of your apartment." I don't know, but no. So I worked in fashion and retail for many years. That's what I studied, and worked for brands and marketing. And then I kind of got tired of just never having a holiday, because you know. In retail, when it gets to Christmas and all of that, that's when your work really picks up. And sometimes I'd be working Christmas Day, and I got over it after a few years. And then I took a break and decided to like work in property, like my family works in property. So I kind of knew a bit about the field, and I did that for a year, and it was great, and it was fine, but it was just so incredibly boring. Coming from something creative to something that was very like I was doing operations management, so it was a nice challenge career wise, and like the pay was good, but I felt a little bit soul crushing going into work every day. And Grant and I were dating, and he was kind of at that stage turning clients away. You know, like you were drowning in work, and I said, oh, well, like, I'll just leave my job and come help you. You know, like, I'll kind of be your client manager, whatever person, and help you out where I can. And then kind of fell into content creation that way, because I think I just started doing more and more and realizing, oh, no, like, this is, I could do this. And then I think it was in December, I said to you, like, oh, I'd been watching a lot of Twitch and a lot of streams. And then it was in December, I said to him, like, I actually want to just give it a whirl, see how it goes. Worst thing is it's terrible, and then I've at least tried it. But now it's like my job, so yeah.
Okay,
worked
so
out.
I'm gonna ask the best question in the world ever, and it's for both of you. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, you're gonna have to answer separately, but you both have to answer this question. First gaming machine, PC, console, whatever it is. What is the first one that you ever owned?
I had a PC. I never left my house, and I played Sims like an unhealthy amount of time.
It sounds like Kez.
Yeah. I did not go out in high school. I stayed at home and played Sims. It was really good.
It's a fun game.
Really good for my dad's psyche. It was not out causing trouble. I was inside.
Your dad was like, at least she's in her room. It's fine.
Yeah.
Grant.
Yeah,
What's yours?
I had a PC, or at least my parents had a computer. But the first, and I used to play a lot of games on that. But my first console that we owned that belonged to my brother and I was Nintendo NES.
The age is going to show now.
That's fine. We also that exactly the same from our side. Actually, the very first gaming machine we ever owned was actually a Commodore 64. Very first gaming machine we ever owned. And that was like the one with the little tape drive that you stick a tape in and you play it. It's not already giving my age away. I know.
My school had a Commodore 64. It was going out. And I remember seeing it and being like, wow, they put tapes into this thing? Like, how do you play a game? By pressing a tape?
Exactly.
I remember that.
It takes forever to start up though. Oh my god.
It's cool.
But then it was NES as well. We had the original NES, and then we moved on from there. Obviously, you get like your Sega Mega Drives and so on and so forth. So, but it was on top of that still getting computers because from that it went on to an ICL, which was owned by IBM, I believe. I can't remember, but the ICL was one of them. And then from that, my brother got his first PC, which was a Pentium 3.
Oh, wow.
Remember the Pentium 3 450?
Yeah, we had a
Top of the
Pentium 4.
range.
Yeah, we had a Pentium 4 back in the day. That was the first computer that I remember the name of. No, 486.
486. Ah, yeah, the 386 and the 486s. Ah, geez, those are old as well. Wow.
I don't know what I had. I just know that it was a PC, and then I decided I'm going to spray paint it, and I spray painted it pink. That's all I remember.
Your first
Mine
PC
wasn't a fancy gaming one. I think it was like a Dell or something.
from
it
what your dad
barely
told
could
me.
run Sims.
Yeah.
From what your dad told me, it was a Intel Celeron. Was the very first computer you actually ever had, was that Intel Celeron.
I don't know, but I know that I could play it with discs, and I could play floppy games as well. Stick the floppy drive in and play the games from there.
No, then it wasn't a Celeron. It was one of the older ones.
It's one of the older ones. I just don't remember the name
or something like that. But yeah, your dad told me that you had an old laptop that he used to have that he gave to you. So it was quite sweet actually. But yes. Anyway, so very first game you ever played. Yours is obviously The Sims, since you just gave that away.
Yeah.
You just kind of gave that away.
No,
was the very
it was The Sims, and then I also remember playing like Hercules on PlayStation 1. You used to be able to like go rent games. Like,
oh yeah, I used to
video
do that all the
store.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was
Video
the first
Town.
game I grabbed to go. Sorry, there's a jumping spider above my light, and I'm just watching it because if it jumps down now, it's gonna be a big drama.
I don't blame you. I would stare at it too.
So guys, if you see her suddenly shoot out of her chair and run, you know why.
Yeah, we have a few of them here, and they generally leave me alone. But this one's quite big.
Yeah, this place is full of jumping spiders. It's weird.
It's fine. They eat all the little hojas. But I think it was like Hercules 1, and then I remember also playing like Spider-Man 2 on PC, where you like fought against Rhino and everyone was pixelated.
So good. That
terrible.
was such a good game.
People didn't have hands. It was just like a block and then a thumb.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Very, very like one of the very old games. I've actually got it on my Steam account because I got really nostalgic to one day. I was like, I want to play a really old game, and I found it was like £1.50. I was like, I want it. But it reminds me of that, where you got those like really pixelated hands and the fingers all stuck together. So Grant, what are your favorites?
My first
your
game
first game. Sorry,
was Cull Games, I think. Actually, on floppy disk. Yeah, that was probably my first game.
Crap.
And then obviously my first game on NES was Mario. Like I remember putting
Yeah,
that
I
in and
think
getting
everyone-
freaked out. It was between Mario and Tetris because you always got those 99, games in one cartridge, and it'll just be Excitebike, Mario, Tetris.
And then repeat.
Yeah,
repeat,
with different
repeat.
skins for
It's like,
99
look.
times. Oh yeah, it's generally it's 99 games.
It's 99 games, except that it's the same game with like 100 skins.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
I remember those games. That's actually when I first found Rockman, before it became Mega Man.
yes.
But he was called Rockman.
I've never played a
We
Mega
had
Man
the-
game.
Yeah, no, we had the original Japanese version of Mega Man, like the proper, where you actually can't understand what the hell's being written there because it was all in Japanese.
Yeah, I've
So we
never...
used to just, sorry?
Yeah, sorry, no, I've never actually played it. So
Oh, you should give it a shot sometime. It's actually kind of fun. And when you actually have a story behind it, it's even more fun because then you know what's going on. So you can actually read what's going on. Unlike me, who when I was a kid, I just played the game because I didn't know what the hell was going on. Oh, it's a dude that jumps around and shoot things. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. Run around and shoot things. I don't know why, but I'm doing it. That was our thing. So my brother and I used to love collecting those kinds of games, like the real Japanese version. That's part of getting
what's
closer.
A fun game, and it's also one of the old ones that I want to get, is Earthworm Jim.
Ah, yes.
that was very good. Yeah, I love that game too.
That
very,
was a
very
weird
cool.
game.
Yeah, you can find it today, but it's really quite expensive on some of
Yeah.
the programs.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to check on GOG to see if it was actually cheaper there. But Steam seemed to have been quite expensive. I think it was like £20 or something like that for the game.
What?
Wasn't it?
I remember seeing it a while ago, and it was quite pricey. But now that we've done the first games, what are your favorite new games that have come out?
I'm searching for. Sorry, I'm searching for Earthworm Jim quick.
Yeah, me too.
I've put in a good like 2 or 3 days of game time into Far Cry 6. Kind of just binged it. Been enjoying that. And then Humankind came out. That was great. I remember like I first downloaded Civ 6, and then the first time I played it, I played for like 10 hours straight. And then Humankind came out. Well, it was coming out. I was like, I probably shouldn't buy it, but I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, I love a little strategy game as
You haven't
well.
played that in a while, hey? Since
What, Civ?
I
since-
did play it. Remember, I accidentally went live on stream. I was playing it the whole time, and I didn't know I was live. And everyone.
How do you accidentally go live?
So I was,
Angela, we've
I
had
was
friends who've
fixing
done that.
my OBS, and then I was like, oh, as a reward, I'm going to play a game. And then I didn't realize I'd hit record. So everyone was watching me do laundry and play Civ, and yeah, my phone was down there. I was like, I'm not bothered about my phone. So it was quite funny.
Earthworm Jim's
Okay,
not
so-
for sale.
Oh, it is?
There is a version that's for sale. So there's 2 versions listed. 200 rand, 220 rand. I don't know what that is. But this is three games in one. Earthworm Jim 2, and Earthworm Jim 3D.
Yeah, no, you see here, it's $14.99 on Steam for Earthworm Jim 1. $14.99 for 2, and then I don't know why. That's really expensive. And then
Never played Earthworm Jim
2.
2.
Earthworm Jim
Also
2 is
never
just as
played
fun.
the second one.
It was just as fun, actually.
Boogerman, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, but on GOG it's $7.99. It's actually cheaper, so I might just at one point purchase that. I get a lot of games there too, because you gotta find the best deals wherever you can.
Of course. Yeah, it's like $10. €7.99, right? Or pound.
Pounds. We're in the pound town. Sorry. I've got to have at least one stupid joke. At least one.
It's my job. I'm becoming a dad. Come on.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, why aren't you that? Come.
Where's your dad joke?
Give us a bad dad joke.
Don't
Yo.
encourage him.
I'm too tired to think of one.
You do them quite often, like even before I was pregnant. We got regular dad jokes.
Yo,
That's what
I
Kes
don't
hates
know.
most about me. I will crack the stupidest jokes and she'll be like, she'll look at me and she'll just shake her head.
Look, yeah, I sympathize because I also like a good pun or a good dad joke. I'm also like loses it. So like I do completely sympathize. But my mind, I'm actually like, I'm too tired to think of something off the cuff now. This, it's been a tough couple of months, I guess. We're just like, dealing.
Well,
with
you're
this
almost at the finish line.
Thank goodness.
Well, 4 months.
Almost at the
Are we
4
halfway,
months.
babe? How many weeks
Well,
are we?
no, I've technically got 3 months of pregnancy left, but then it's like then the hard work starts. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like it's not gonna get easier; it's gonna get harder.
I'm literally getting a vasectomy as soon as I can.
We're not doing this again. It's fine.
26 weeks.
You say that now, but I have friends that also go, "No, we're not doing this again." And then a few months, few
children
years
down
down
the
the line, they're like, "Oh, it's another one."
No,
Look, a vasectomy is reversible, and we can adopt. So simple.
yeah, I think we originally did say like if we wanted kids, when we decided we'd want them, we'd adopt. So we could like skip the pregnancy and baby phase. Now we're doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can do it again. I don't know if I can physically handle a pregnancy again. So we might have to. If we really want another child, I think there's like so many other options.
That is true.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
It's a tough one. But
Yeah.
So my dad jokes were way more on point before you felt pregnant, babe. Now my brain is too tired to think of like clever ones. But when I get my energy back, I guess.
So like
Yeah,
when the kid's
I don't-
18 and they leave.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have time to get your energy back, bro. I'm sorry to
quite
say.
a grumpy dad, to be honest. I'm just gonna be like grunting
You're
around
saying
town.
that like one day we're gonna wake up with boundless amounts of energy, like
Yeah,
this is suddenly easier. We
I
leveled
think
up.
sure.
I think the pregnancy part of it's more challenging than people make it out to be.
Yeah.
I think having a baby, the early stage is going to be hard because of the lack of
Sleepless
sleep.
nights?
Yeah, the lack of sleep. but surprisingly, I generally do well with lacking of sleep. That's not really because I'm
Yeah.
used to it. So that's not like my biggest concern. My biggest concern is time. So like how much time it takes to attend to a child is going to be my biggest. Like I barely have enough time as it is in a normal day, and now to have like a huge chunk of that taken up by a child is a very scary thought. So like I'm trying to come to terms with that and then work out what that practically means and then how we can solve that problem. Because like we've got to work all that stuff out. So
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because like content creation is the job for you guys, which takes up, as you said, a lot of your time. And then you need to figure out, okay, do we do this? Do we cut stuff out? Do we stop things for a while? I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of things to think about and a lot of plans to make.
Yeah.
At least for the first few months, or well, hopefully just for the first few months. But it's always good. But it's nice to see that you guys are actually looking at doing that and not just going, oh well, the child's just there kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I've like given myself an unofficial 3 months maternity leave. When the babies comes, like I'll still do work obviously because we're in the public eye and we can't disappear for months on end. Otherwise people forget that you exist. But I'm definitely, I've spoken to all my brands and I'm pretty much taking a break from all that work for a few months, so that I can focus. And then, we'll at least like, I think one of the benefits we have is we both work from home and we're both always around each other. So we can lean on the other person. Like if I want to stream, Grant can look after Bubba for a bit, you know, it's not like someone's life is going to stop now because there's a kid, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but nah.
We never heard what your favorite new game is, Grant.
He was too busy looking for Earthworm Jim.
I got distracted by that. I played a little bit of Far Cry. I am enjoying it. I think it's just about getting time to play it, but I'm still just playing Overwatch.
I was
Just
about
need
to
like
say.
therapy games. Like I just need like my time games. I play a little bit of the new Warzone stuff. I haven't played the new map. Want to jump
Apparently
into
there's
that.
a lot of cheating in it though.
No, they've got
Yeah.
a new anti-cheat thing called Ricochet, which apparently is pretty good. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, they
I'm
they
tired
said
of
that
battle
about
royales.
the last one though. Me too.
Yeah, battle
5v5.
royales.
Everyone's gonna go back to that now. I mean, it's
But
it's
you
it's a
enjoyed
staple.
you enjoyed Hades, didn't you? I know it's not new, but like you
Oh
really
yeah.
enjoyed
I
Hades.
played Hades. Hades is good. Probably one of the better games that I've played. Have you guys played Hades?
I have.
Yeah, Kiz has
It's
played
a
it.
lot of fun.
I watched some of it.
Yo, it's a really good game. But that was like my holiday treat on the Switch. You know, just having it like available and having the Switch charged and just playing, which was loads of fun. Actually, you know what I'm playing a lot of is League of Legends Wild Rift on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even know there was a version on the phone. To be
No.
honest.
So
We learned
it's a
something.
very good version of League of Legends. It's basically they've redesigned League of Legends into this very accessible, bite-sized experience. The match pace is also around 15 minutes a match. The controls are geared towards touch as opposed to whatchamacallit, like a mouse and keyboard. And it's surprisingly ridiculous. I actually want to see what the reviews are, but it's really good. And I've been playing it on the foldable, the Samsung foldable, and it occupies the entire screen. So you get this like really big 120 hertz mobile game that's really good. It's actually a weird experience. And I think it's really underrated. To me, they've actually nailed the first real-time competitive mobile game that's worth playing, and I would watch tournaments of it. Like it's really good.
Yeah, it's strange for me because I don't do mobile games. So
Yeah, not really.
Never really been a fan.
There's not that many that make you really go, "Wow, I want to play it on my phone."
So that's
but-
quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's room. So just like mobile gaming is probably the biggest platform globally. In fact, in Asia, if you're a kid gamer, a lot of children aren't aspiring for consoles or PCs. They want new phones to play games on. So that's how they play their games. All the engines are moving to support mobile, like Epic's engine. And next year, well, AMD announced it. They're working on a chipset with Samsung, an Exynos chipset that supports ray tracing. So that's going to be available on mobile phones. So there's a lot of R&D and attention and technology in mobile, and we haven't really seen like a game that's actually like. There's been like Clash Royale and PUBG, but it always feels backwards. Like PUBG is like they've taken PUBG and smashed it in. Fortnite was probably one of the better ones, but it still is a third-person shooter. So to make a real-time mobile game that's kind of mobile first has been a huge gap in the market.
Yeah.
And I think Wild Rift is that one, because I will sit and play it quite easily for like an hour or two a day. I can't believe I forgot about it, because I do play a fair amount of it. And it's actually, it's hard to explain. It's worth jumping in and giving it a go. And there's no like people talking to you trash. You just know what you need to do. It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I found that in League of Legends, one thing I have seen is that the community are kind of salty. They get angry very quickly.
Oh, same
Like,
with Dota.
very
By the way, the
quickly.
Dota finals are on at the moment.
I don't actually watch Dota, to be honest.
Oh, no.
I've got this.
too much saltiness.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's just like it's like watching sport. I can't.
Well, you see, I can't watch sport, but I can watch a game that I play.
Esports.
So like I will watch the Overwatch League because
Yeah.
I like, and I can identify, like I'll learn, you know what I mean? I'll take notes. I go like, I should be doing some of that, because it's probably like mostly like watching golf if you play golf. Like I hate golf, but I can imagine watching golf and going, yo, I could really improve just by what that person did, and I'm seeing it. And I think watching competitive gaming is like that for me. Yeah, you support. I always support the underdog whenever I'm watching sport. If I go to a pub and I've got friends who force me to watch a game, you go like, who are the people that are least likely to win? Them. Yes. Okay. Let's cheer them.
I'm going to root for them.
Yeah, and then it becomes more exciting because when they start winning, you go like, what? Now I'm invested. Like I didn't care. Now all of a sudden I care.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
So those are the two things that would compel me to sport. But yeah, that's what's nice to watch Overwatch League or Dota or something that like we have a metric to measure it with. Like when you watch cricket, like you go like the only thing in my head that I remember from cricket is what, like when I was a kid playing in the like I don't know, Baker's cricket teams at junior school. You know, that's the only thing in my head. So like it seemed I'm so distant to that experience, and I'm sure a lot of people who don't watch sport, that's the same thing. You know, you're distant from that experience. But esports is a huge. I could literally play the game and watch the match at the same time. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So yeah.
You see, that's the big difference with me though. So I don't actually play competitive sport or esports. So I don't do the only time you'll actually ever see me playing like any kind of competitive kind of thing is if I'm on Guild Wars and I'm doing what's it called?
A mission. Oh, I mean like a PvP.
PvP, that's it. When I'm doing PvP in Guild Wars. That's the only time you'll ever see me actually playing like multiplayer games.
Saying that though, you don't watch the Dota stuff, but when we went to like Rage and Comic-Con and stuff like that, and there was the CSGO match.
Oh, CSGO, yeah.
You got fully invested in the CSGO matches.
That I do, but that's also because
I like but you've got a metric, you know what I mean? Like you've got like a frame of reference to understand what's interesting about it. But if you don't have a frame of reference, it's boring. Like I was watching a bit of Dota, and Ambel hasn't played Dota, so she was like, I don't know what is happening here.
What the hell's going on?
So she's like, well, why should I even? And even like with Overwatch League, she's played like a couple of hours of Overwatch. So watching the Overwatch League was more interesting for her comparatively. She was going, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I see. You know, but it's like for esports for me is like you have to have participated at some time to enjoy it.
Well, that's I suppose. Look, in that aspect, I actually understand. I don't watch the esports that most people watch, like the popular ones. Like Overwatch has become quite popular, but I still watch. Funny enough, Battlefield. Because I actually like playing Battlefield, and I like watching their strategies. So they have like these tournaments that they used to have at Lannex, and funny enough, I actually had to host there twice. That was fun. But yeah, essentially what the whole Battlefield thing is normally it's I think it's 5v5 or 10v10. Angela, you remember?
I think it's 5v5.
Yeah, they used to. I think it was 5v5, but they had very interesting strategies that I'd use myself when I was playing, like Battlefield against opponents from overseas and whatnot. That's where it actually comes in handy, is because you watch them and you're like, it's a good strategy. Maybe I'll use that from now on. So I get where you're coming from, where you say that no, you actually pick up a lot when you're playing, like you say you were watching the Overwatch League. And you said that you see someone doing something, you're like, that's actually a good idea.
Oh, you take
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from with that. Yeah.
I saw this great move by someone who was playing a Reaper, and I'd never seen. I mean, it's common practice, but Reaper has this ability to teleport onto different platforms, and somebody bumped him off the map on point, which would have obviously killed most players like myself. But they saw it coming and preempted it, and then just hold their cursor at the right spot to teleport to that spot. So as they jumped off, they were already teleporting back to where they were bumped off from. And then they had their ultimate ready, and they just like used the ultimate. And I was like, wow, that's why they paid so much money. I was like, that was and you just have those moments and you see that and you go like, it's so out of my realm. And I think also that for a lot of people watching, Twitch, that's compelling to see players who have invested hours into a game that you care about.
Yeah.
Going, oh wow, they actually, I've got a lot to learn from this experience,
Yeah, exactly. And the only thing I know how to do, and this is where Kez hates me, is 7 Days to Die and Minecraft. I can build shit fast and I can do it well. That's why myself and Josh, when we play, that's all we do. We sit and build and mine. That's it.
I gotta make friends with the zombies.
Yeah. So we'll prepare like the entire battlefield, make sure that everything's defended and ready to go in 7 days to die. Kez will go and find zombies to make stories about.
Yes, they were people once. They deserve love and attention and friendship and stuff. So I try and like
Zombies.
yes,
Zombies, yes.
They have to have love, interests, and friendships, and like a whole community and stuff. And that's what I try and do. Is
They're dead. They're dead, Kez.
I know they're dead, but still,
Ladies and gentlemen,
even
my
in
wife.
death, you deserve love.
So who's the one out of all of us that's gonna die first in a zombie
Kez.
apocalypse?
Kez. It's Kez. There's no doubt it's Kez.
I'm not even denying it. I know it's me.
It'll actually probably be me because I'll be like trying to defend her. Like, no! Pulling her back and then getting attacked by the zombies because I'm the one trying to save her life. So it'll probably be me. Actually, come to think of
Stop
it.
beating the zombies, Kez.
Zombie here. Come get a hug.
Yeah. No, but that's quite funny. If you ever watch any of our videos and you see those, you'll notice that I'm like the one sitting. I've got a plan.
He does like the full building, crafting, everything. I'm just like, oh, look at this and look at this. And
Yeah, and I'm trying to help her, and then she's like, "How do I do this?" It's like, well, if you'd stayed with me for a while, you would have seen. But you ran off doing your own thing. Yeah. No.
have
but
you
that's-
guys had any like really crazy, either just random moments on your streams or in general with content creation that make you just go like, what? If it's a funny thing or just like really your most randomest, weirdest moments that you've had.
Together, I think the one I really enjoyed is we were cleaning out the studio and then we found this box of like old love letters that like girls had written to Grant in high school, and I was like, I'm reading these out on stream. Like, it has to happen. And it was so great because the whole time, like Grant didn't realize that they were flirting with him, or but when you read the letters, you're like, it's quite obvious
They were pen
that
pals.
they were. No, my love.
Dude, I'm on your side. I'm on your side all the way.
It was
Don't worry,
very
I'm on your
Sorry,
side
I'm on
obvious.
Ambel's side.
It was very obvious, and it was just quite cute because like Grant's like, oh, these are all letters from my friends, and I was like, there's hearts, and they're telling you how much like they like you. This is not how friends talk to each
They were
other.
talking about their boyfriends, and they were talking
Uh-huh.
about their.
They were talking
you know.
about their boyfriends, how horrible they were, so that they would let you know that they'd broken up with them because of how horrible they were, i.e. letting you know that they're available.
That's flirty.
Intent, nudge, nudge, wink,
They were
wink.
in other. They were in other cities. I was in high school. I think I had a girlfriend as well. Like there was. To me, I was like, oh, these are just pen pals. It's like a fun thing to do because we didn't have like internet.
Yeah,
You
no
know,
such
like-
thing, you know.
So like and the school would always like sort out your pen pals. You know, like they would always be like, hey, we've connected with another school and you can choose a pen pal and you can write to each other. And I was like, that's fun, I guess. And I'd have some pen pals that I wrote to a couple of times. Yeah.
I'm on Grant's
So
side. though. I'm sorry.
oblivious.
I'm on Grant's side.
They
Absolutely
generally are, though. I'm
100%.
sorry.
It's so interesting that pen pals have probably died. Probably like a lost social
Yeah, it's
dynamic.
now it's all freaking WhatsApp.
Add me on Snap, yeah.
Yeah, add me on Snap.
Snapchat,
Oh.
TikTok, WhatsApp. No
Well,
more just
add you on
long
Snap,
letters.
it's definitely flirting though.
And we're still
Yeah, no,
none the
they're-
wiser.
What?
You, can I
What
tell them
face?
about your birthday? What happened?
No, what happened to my? Yeah, you tell.
This
Oh,
is,
this sounds interesting.
this is how oblivious Grant is. Like even on his birthday, I think there were about like 3 like beautiful women surrounding
Hey.
him, and Grant thought that they wanted like cake.
So we're at a
So he's
restaurant.
trying to give them. They trying to talk to him and
We're-
chat him up, and he's like offering them cake, and they're just like,
We're at a restaurant,
no.
and Ambel got this amazing dinosaur cake for my birthday, and it's on the table.
didn't want
And like these
cake.
3 girls walk past, and they comment on the cake. They go like, "Wow, cake," and I go like, "I know, right? It's rad." Then they walk past. They come by the second time, they say something else about the cake, and they leave. And that's like, this is weird. Then the 3rd time they come around, I go like, "Okay, cool. I feel bad because I haven't offered them a slice of cake." And they've commented on the cake 3 times. So like I say, do you guys want a piece of cake? And they were like, no. And then they carried on walking away. And I was like, why would you comment on this cake 3 times and not accept a slice? Because you're definitely hard hinting that you want some of this cake.
No, my love.
Dude, it's like Kez always says to me, and I 100% agree. I'm on your side here, bro, because I used to play when I used to play gigs at all the cool runnings and all those different clubs that we used to go to. Kez used to insist that the chicks were hitting on me, but I can tell you right now, dude, look at this face and tell me that anyone would want to hit on this.
Okay, well, that face had no beard and like longish hair as well. So just keep that in mind. It wasn't this face that you see
You're taking
right
notes.
now.
You need to grow your hair and shave your face.
Yeah,
But
no.
the girls would like come up to him and go, "Oh my gosh, you were so good," and touch
Compliments.
him.
I mean, I played a good gig.
Smile and
I'm with
he would
Kez,
just-
that's flirting.
He would just go,
I'm
"No,
sorry, dude,
yes,
no."
thank you very much," and have like this full-on conversation. And I'm just standing there like, you realize they were flirting with you, right?
I don't see
What?
it, I'm
No,
sorry.
I don't see that.
Don't see it. They're fans. That's all I see. I'm a musician.
Oh, that's also
Play
flirting.
gigs. Huh?
It's also
I don't see
flirting.
it. I'm sorry.
It is. Sorry.
I just don't see it.
Now
I
it's
just
2
don't.
against 1, so ha.
I'm pretty sure it's 3. I'm pretty sure Ambel agrees.
Like, I'm glad I was quite straightforward with Grant, or he probably would have thought I was like, I would probably
Yeah,
would
I
have been
need
put in the
very
friend
clear.
zone.
Yeah, I need
You would have
very
friend
clear.
zoned me. It would have been like, oh, she's just nice.
Yeah, Ambel was very, very clear, which was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need that. Otherwise, yeah, I need what's it, enthusiastic consent. I need people to be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'm into you. Let's, it's not like, yeah, I guess, or yeah, maybe, or I guess this is kind of where it's going. I don't need any of that. Like, I just need someone who's keen on you.
I
If
like
someone's-
you romantically, not just I like you.
Yeah,
That
you're
can mean
okay.
anything.
Okay, cool.
I honestly
I'm not
didn't
gonna
need
be
that
with someone who
Kez.
thinks I'm
I can, like, be
okay.
honest about that. Yeah, no, I can be honest and say I didn't need that with Kez. I actually was the instigator there.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't difficult, She came to one of our gigs and
Like,
shyly
yeah.
hid behind the curtain.
You mean like the other girls?
yeah.
No,
what-
this one was obvious because when I saw her, I was like, "Damn, she's hot." I didn't think she liked me, but I was like, "Damn, she's hot." So I went and talked to her, and then
It worked
that's
out.
how it went. Yeah, I was straightforward with her as well, and then she messages me the next day. It's like, "I don't
Grant-
know if you remember
No,
me."
Grant
It's
said
like,
I was 18 when we met.
Whoa!
And I was in high school,
That's
and
old.
you know sometimes
Dude, I'm
when
20
you
I
meet
was
someone
24.
and you message, you're like, I don't know if you remember me, because there were so many people around, and like he spoke
really
to so
weren't.
many people, and I thought I'm just like this little blip, and I'm an 18-year-old schoolgirl, and I'm like, I don't know if you remember me, but we spoke, and he still makes fun of
You
me
guys
for
have been
that.
dating
So-
since then.
yeah, but
How old
but
were
knowing
you
that-
at the time?
24, dude. I was not a freaking cradle snatcher. I was 24.
There's 6 years.
That's hectic. 24 and 18.
Yeah,
Yo.
and look at us now, married and happy. 13 years actually,
Oh wow.
as far as I know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
our
been together
age
for 13
gap's
years.
also pretty. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
got
18.
vaccinated long before they opened
was
up
in the
my
bracket-
age
I was in the
group. Let's
bracket,
just
yeah.
put it like that.
Yeah. No, that's
but
true.
she also talks crap. There weren't that many people at the gig. I know because I can see when I'm standing on stage how many people are there.
It's a huge
There was
audience.
her mother, and her friend in the corner, and then like a few people in the front. Like 1 or 2 dudes and some of the band members from the other bands that were watching. Because, we support other bands, That's how you
Yeah.
go. When you're on stage, you watch other bands because they watched you. It's just the way it goes. But yeah, that was all. I knew exactly where and how many people were there. Well, almost. Not exactly, You know what I mean, though. But she was the only one that stood out. There was no one else there. She lies. But yes, so that was the whole thing. I had to be straightforward with her because I don't like being cryptic. It's
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person. I don't like the whole,
Otherwise,
I'll
you will
hint,
get
hint,
friend zoned.
nudge, nudge. You wanna piss me off? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge me. I don't like it.
Yeah, true. Not a fan.
No. But I was also very straightforward with her. But she knows that, obviously. Anyway, so it's about that time, isn't it, Angela?
Before we're about that time, I just want to find out if you guys have any advice for anyone out there who wants to do content creation, or even if it's just one person or a couple, any words of wisdom that you guys could give.
But you can go first, because I've been going first this whole time.
Because I know I hog the conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm very aware. So yeah, I think my advice with content creation is don't do it always. Just avoid it.
Straight to the dicketry, dude.
Yeah, it's very hard, and it's not a career. I think a lot of people go into it because they think it's going to be easy, and they think that it's what's easy is taking a paycheck every month. That's what's easy. Doing content creation is hard, and most of us tend to think that we're interesting somehow. So we think, because we know ourselves and we're interested in ourselves, that we're somehow going to be
interesting to other people. People want to hear us. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. You've got to understand entertainment before you start. If you want to be entertaining, you've got to understand what your contribution is. Maybe you're not entertaining. Maybe you're an educator. Maybe you're good at explaining to people how to build a PC or the history of a video game. Maybe you're knowledgeable about those things, and you can be a teacher and partake that knowledge, or whatever. You must know what your contribution is, and then learning to do the things. You've got to enjoy every step of the process in many ways. You've got to enjoy editing. You've got to find pleasure in knowing what works and what doesn't work, and be quick to criticize yourself. If you're not your own worst critic, it's not going to work out. Exactly. If you think you're the bee's knees, it's not going to work. You're out. Yeah.
Like you've got to constantly check yourself and iterate. Right now with our YouTube channel, with my YouTube channel, like I'm using a new technique, and we are consciously iterating. So we're uploading episodes that we aren't necessarily satisfied with completely, but we're doing, like, if you look at the last episode versus the video that we uploaded like 2 weeks prior, like there's a remarkable difference in quality. And the whole idea is that, like, maybe in 2 months' time, we'll have like a nice steady trajectory of very low friction content to make that's extremely high quality. And that's what we're aiming to do. So it's challenging. It's very challenging. So unless you're prepared to take on all of those challenges, don't do it. Rather spend time with your family or your loved ones, because it's very time consuming, and or use it as a creative outlet. That's the other thing. It's like with a lot of people, like it's same as painting, or it's the same as like Sunday golf, I guess, for some people. Like it's the thing that we do to entertain ourselves and to build into ourselves and contribute that way, and spend instead of buying golf clubs for the golf day on Sunday, doing this as a creative outlet, because we've got jobs that are secure but aren't necessarily scratching that part of that itch. And if we could scratch that itch in other spaces of our lives, then we'll be happy. And I think that's a very healthy way to look at content creation and do content creation.
No, it makes perfect sense. I mean, I agree with you. If you're not going to be passionate about it, don't do it. This is exactly why Kez and I got into it. We didn't do it because we need to do this full time, because we actually have jobs. So
I mean, for the love of it.
We do it for the love of it. You have to. Otherwise, what's the point in doing it? So I agree 100%. If you're not willing to go in whole hog, then don't do it at all. It's as simple as that. I agree. Any words of wisdom from your side, Ambel?
My words of wisdom are to just start as well, because I think a lot of people kind of keep putting it off, and I see it especially with streaming. Like, they don't want to start until their stream looks a certain way, and the reality of the situation is, like, I mean, Grant, like I don't want to speak for you, but I mean Grant's been doing it for like 10 years and he still like changes things and he's still not happy with the way things look. So if you're gonna wait for that, you're never gonna get there. So like just start, just do it, and then it's like the one kind of, well, not the one job, but it's a job that you'll constantly be tinkering in, and you'll never be done, and it will never look the way that you want it to.
There'll always be something
And even
new.
when you think, oh, I like the way it's looking, like something will change or a new tool will come out, and you'll be like, oh, now I'm gonna change everything again. So you need to be okay with being. I said to Grant, like it's like relentless improvement. It's like as long as you're just better than your last video and your last post and your last photo, it's fine. You're going somewhere. But don't have an image in your head and then start when you get to that image only.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree as well. Yeah, so you wanted to say them, right?
No, I like that phrase, relentless improvement.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
It's a very good phrase, yeah. I like that too. It makes a lot of sense. So now that we've hit the end, and I'm sure you guys are quite exhausted. You look rather tired, both of you actually. So
Always tired.
Don't have a kid.
So
We have 9.
we have 9. They're cats, all of them. So don't worry.
Keep those. Don't lose those.
Those are the easy ones to take care of, in comparison. But nonetheless, where can everyone find you guys? Let's start with Ambel and then we'll move over to Grant. So Ambel, where can everyone find you, our viewers?
Yeah, so I'm at Ambel_Barnard across all socials, and then Archangel Ambel on Twitch. But on all my socials, there's a link tree to everything. So if you find me in one place, you'll find me in another.
Cool. And Grant, where do we find you?
You can find me pretty much everywhere as well, with Grant Hines as one word. I'm kind of everywhere now, doing a lot of Twitch, doing a lot of TikTok, kind of doing a lot of
Everywhere
Instagram.
and nowhere at the same time.
But find me I'm probably the most active on Twitter, weirdly enough. But yeah.
You want to get triggered watching how he eats rusks? Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen that, and I showed Ziv not the first one, but the second one where you poured the little bits into it.
And you agreed,
Ew,
right?
The crumbs?
no,
No.
God, no,
What?
I don't
He
agree with that.
justifies it. He's like, oh, it's like eating Pernutro. I'm like, it's really not the same.
It's like eating a dessert Pernutro.
No, it's really not, my angel.
What do you think Pernutro is? It's just
Oh, no.
it's a whole bunch of things made into crumbs.
No.
So any of you
Sorry,
who
I
want to
agree
argue with
with
him? Yeah, so any of you viewers who want to argue with him on that one,
Go on to Twitter.
you know where to find him.
Yeah.
But no, I can't. I'm sorry. Angel, where do we find ourselves? Where does everyone find us? Should I say?
Okay, so the podcast you can find on Anchor, which will then link to all the different platforms such as Google Podcasts and Apple and so on and so forth, as well as Spotify. The video will be up on our YouTube, which you can find us as the SA Geeks. Just look for the pretty purple logo. And then in general, we are on, I need my fingers for this, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, BitChute, Glibmesh, TikTok, and Odyssey.
We're everywhere.
Just look for the
Literally.
pretty purple logo.
Yeah, just look for the pink logo. The reason why... Sorry?
Purple, not pink.
Purple, my mistake. The reason why we are everywhere is because I don't stream to Twitch. Kez streams to Twitch. I stream to Glibmesh because it's just easier. Then we don't have to try and fight on the account to see who goes where. And when we're playing together, we can actually play together. So that's what we do. And we can still keep the SA Geeks name going as both sides. So smartness. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been wonderful. It's nice to see the two of you up and running and still going, even though you're both exhausted as hell. I do hope that you guys get a little bit of rest today. I know it's Sunday.
Get it
so
now before.
Try.
Don't say that. But thanks for having us. Really appreciate it. And everybody in the SA Geeks community, keep it up, hey? You guys are doing cool stuff.
And so are you. Just like remember those Viennas, dude. Sorry, but that argument was coming up. It's gonna stay.
There's another,
Remember.
there's another tip for content creators. Make sure your mic's off.
Yes.
Yeah. Another tip when you're getting ready for an interview, before we go.
Make sure your voice activation or at least have a push to talk on or something.
Your mic is doing
I've
Yes,
done
make sure that you have your push to talk on. Otherwise, the people who are interviewing you hear the entire conversation. It was a fun conversation though. It was about hot dogs and whether they're good hot or cold, which is
Nothing controversial,
Cold meats.
unfortunately.
yeah. It was a block of cheese and a Vienna. That's what I remember hearing the most of. And cold meats. So, but yeah, it was fun. It was funny to listen to. I enjoyed it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It really has been wonderful.
I'm not gonna do my Ambel.
Okay. Okay. Now you just threw me off there. Thanks, Angel. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. To you guys, remember you can hit that subscribe button down below. You can hit the like button, leave a comment, and do all that great stuff right here on YouTube. And follow us everywhere else. As always, remember, bye!